Now, I take the correspondence theory of truth to be almost trivially true. But the fact that people don't realize this is a cause of some confusion. And what I want to do now is consider what I think is a mistaken objection to the correspondence theory of truth. And when we see why it's mistaken, we'll understand the problem. That is, today, for some reason, many people believe that truth is relative. Somehow, truth depends on me, it depends on you. It depends on my family, it depends on, my group of friends. It depends on something like that. And here's an objection that we're going to consider. That is and I think is a bad objection to the correspondence principle. That is CP, the correspondence theory of truth. Consider sentence number 10. The earth is flat. Well, people say, in ancient Greece, or for the ancient Greeks, that was true because they thought the earth is flat. But that sentence is false for us. Hence, the correspondence theory of truth is wrong. That is, truth somehow depends on maybe when we live, what society we live, or something like that. And by the way, for the one, there's always one smart student who insists that in ancient Greece they didn't believe the earth was flat. I'm not here to debate history, and maybe I'm wrong about it. But if you don't like the example of ancient Greeks, talk about the ancient Egyptians, because certainly the ancient Egyptians, and if you don't like them, go back a little bit further. Somebody in the ancient world thought that the earth was flat. And so the claim is it's true for them, but false for us. And similarly, this is going to account for why truth changes. But I think that this is really, really not a good objection. That is, it's not the case that the earth was flat for the ancient Greeks or Egyptians, but false for us. And in saying this, it doesn't mean that we're smart and the ancient Greeks are stupid. And here is the main consideration that people have today about it is we're not being intolerant for believing that the earth is flat is false, for believing in the correspondence principle. That is, things don't have to be equally true for everybody. The earth, it's like, hello, the earth is not flat. It's a sphere. So somehow people get nervous that they're going to be intolerant if they think that, the truth or the falsity of a sentence depends on the way the world is, the universe is. But that seems to be trivially true. And this kind of objection, I think, is just misguided. It's not to understand the facts about the way the world is. So we can subscribe, I think, to the correspondence theory of truth and think it's correct without being intolerant, without doing something morally reprehensible, without thinking that we're superior to anybody. And by the end of this section in the course, the end of this week in the course, we're going to understand what we would be doing if we were being intolerant, which is not to subscribe to this principle, but we are going to admit that we are fallible in a certain way. But that's not to say in what makes things true or false.